We come to the point where we realised that things weren't great anymore. The arguments were horrible. So we decided Dad would stay in the house and we would move. We moved in with George's nan. It wasn't a very nice time for him at all, really. Became quite withdrawn, did not like the new school, would not settle, would not communicate with the teachers, and they suggested that maybe we should take him to the GP and have him referred to CAMHS to maybe see if there was an underlying issue.
Obviously every kid wants his mum and dad to be together, but you know, sadly this wasn't to be in this case.
I felt angry and frustrated because I didn't know where my mum wanted to live, where my dad wanted to live, where I was going. My mum decided to move with my nan because she was on oxygen every single day.
All the upheaval of the separation from Dad, the coming back, the moving again. He was, his behaviour wasn't the best at school. He didn't know whether he was coming or going. He was up and down in mood. He'd be very disruptive in the class. People could be doing good work and George would just come along and cause mayhem in there, really. You got sick of hearing the same things all the time.
I used to find school quite difficult because of what had happened, and it wasn't enjoyable because I felt I couldn't stop myself from behaving badly.
We've heard about Theatre in the Quarter through the school. There was going to be a local festival on, and they were getting children from schools who were interested in doing drama or acting to maybe have a go and singing and dancing. Once the first show that George had appeared in with Theatre in the Quarter was over, something clicked then for me. This boy is really happy doing this. His way and change in mind and the way he thinks of things, and at school his behaviour began to improve.
When I first joined Theatre in the Quarter, I just felt like a different person. Unlike school, when it's just like you're being disruptive and you're just being like really, you have to be in detention all the time.
We thought people like us living on a council estate going to a youth theatre group wouldn't be accessible, but Theatre in the Quarter seems to be for everyone from all walks of life and has given George so many opportunities for his future. He's obviously found something that's given him a passion and something to channel his negativity into and his anger, and he's more of a happy child now. When
I first saw George appear in Theatre in the Quarter, it was like a school production, so there was a lot of the school kids. They brought in like actors as well, so they were working with professional actors, and I mean all these young people had like written the music themselves, they'd written all the acting themselves, and to see like a 7-year-old kid with all these other young people doing that just blew me away.
Since I've been in Theatre in the Quarter, I've just tried to apply myself in school. Now when she comes over, the teacher says, "He's been brilliant."
I can't even explain to you how proud and how emotional I was. The tissues were out and it was like I could see him looking at me that he'd achieved something, and he could see that we were so proud of him.
If George hadn't had this platform to work with music and to work with all these fantastic actors, I certainly believe that his behaviour would have just de-escalated to back what it was before. Obviously we live in a council estate, and you know there's such a lot of young people. You know, I want George to be guided in a really positive and proactive way. If he wasn't doing Theatre in the Quarter, I believe he'd just be an angry lad.
I don't think he'd be doing very well at school right now. I think we'd still be being called in and possibly looked at maybe some outside agencies for some help, because he was just such an angry boy.
When I play a musical instrument, I feel calm and there's no one there to distract me or talk to me, or I can't hear anything. And it's just like a language of instruments, and it's amazing what you can do with musical instruments when you apply yourself.
By going to Theatre in the Quarter, this has helped him bring out his talents and show people that he can do things, and in the future to maybe go on to university once he's finished school, because he's had a taste of what it can be like and he really wants to push himself forward, because he's found that Theatre in the Quarter have given these platforms to build himself upon and give him the confidence that he's been lacking really for a very long time.
And it's almost just kind of enabled him to suddenly there is a positive future there. You know, I've seen a change in George's behaviour. I think from George's point of view, there's a lot more out there now. He can kind of like, he's got all these aspirations now, which he didn't have before.
Since I've been in theatre in the quarter, I've just like found a passion for drama, singing, acting.
It's given George a vent so he can use all his potential and all his talent. And I think they're harnessing his talent and using it in a kind of positive way. Suddenly I see a lad, his self-esteem's gone through the roof, his confidence is kind of going through the roof, and so as a dad, that makes me happy.
When I perform with theatre in the quarter, I feel like really relaxed, and at the end of every show, when you look at the crowd there and they're all like cheering and clapping, and it's just, everyone feels happy, you feel proud of what you've achieved, and it's just amazing.